But the one thing my dad always told me was, you don't mess with people's families and you don't mess with their pocketbook. My political career started in the back of a pickup truck with my dad. My dad was a guy that people used to call and say, hey, let's get out there. Guilford, can you move your people to get out to go vote and everything else? And I spent every election when I was a kid in front of a polling location with my dad. And my dad would advocate for one candidate. Our neighbors would advocate for another candidate. There was playful banter back and forth between the two camps of who was going to win, who was going to lose. But the one thing my dad always told me was, you don't mess with people's families and you don't mess with their pocketbook. And when those two things start happening in politics, he says, you will start seeing people rising up and changing the way things go. And that's still true to this day. That one narrative my dad gave me when I was 13 doesn't change. And that's coming from an older Hispanic male, mind you. And that's where a lot of my analysis, a lot of the lens that I look at, it's the lens that you look through, it's the lens that our hero James Carville looks through, is how does it affect people who not just are in poverty, but are living on the fringes of poverty. Okay, we love to talk about everybody who's in poverty, but we very few times talk about people who are on the fringes. And those people who are on the fringe are the ones that are going to show up and vote. They're going to be the ones that still might have a glimmer of hope that an elected official can change things for them. And a lot of the times they're driven because it's going to be 0.25% in their tax bracket that's going to either put them into poverty or keep them in the middle class. And that's the one thing that we also don't even talk about a lot, and that nobody's talking about, is how do we continue to grow the middle class?